God just another name for consciousness?
Yes. Universal consciousness. The absolute. The one reality. The truth. The light of presence. The universal heart. In Buddhism they refer to mind. They say mind, capital M, mind. So it's God as the realization of God. God, the term God refers to the realization of the universality of consciousness. So it's an awakening to truth. The full awakening to truth is the full awakening to God. Of course, you can get glimpses of God, glimpses of truth. The reality is beyond the form, that the form is just a dream form. You get a glimpse of that, even a clear glimpse of that. But then the form comes back, that window closes, but although it closes, there's been a crack in ignorance, there's been a crack, there's been an opening. So the full revelation of God is the full revelation of the universality of consciousness. And in this revelation, everything returns to consciousness, everything returns to God. So the entire phenomenal realm, all perceptions, sensations, everything returns to God and does not leave God anymore, no longer leaves. Says in the Sanskrit scriptures, they refer to Sahaja Samadhi. Sahaja Samadhi is the state of knowing yourself as consciousness and knowing the world as consciousness.
There's nothing to leave.
Yes, there's nothing that leaves you any longer. No, there's a Nirvikalpa Samadhi, which is the interim Samadhi, which is the realization that I am consciousness. But the world is still not consciousness. The world is, I am consciousness, but there is a world. So I am consciousness perceiving the world, experiencing the world. That's the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. It's the medium, the middle, the interim revelation. In the Sahaja Samadhi, then the world dissolves in consciousness. So I am consciousness and the world is consciousness. The world is made out of me. But that's just putting it in words. I'm referring to the experiential. It's an experiential revelation. It's not just an understanding.
I understand.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So yes. What is doing consciously? Or to put it another way, I see this whole impulse, this whole body wiring towards doing. And as consciousness awakens, it just looks like this observable organism kind of sitting there pulsating and really not doing anything. I mean, I observe it. I think it's really interesting to see it. And by observing it, I feel absolutely no need to be drawn into the doing, and it makes me wonder, I don't know enough to know what conscious doing is, or what that even means, so I'm just throwing that out there.
Yes. So yes. So conscious doing is a doing that is lit, that is fueled. Well, it's a light of consciousness that is guiding the doing. So there is the path that you follow. So imagine there is a darkness, and then there is a light of consciousness that shows the path.
Oh.
That is conscious doing. And when the light of consciousness is shining, it has a tendency to embrace. It does not perceive this section and not the other. It has a global reach in the light, in what the guidance and the action that it.
I mean, it just strikes me that it must be so different from ordinary, everyday, unconscious doing, which is what we're always doing, which is that it's just kind of connected to means and end and very linear ideas, and there's a whole sense of effort and completion and all that, and none of that probably is this. I'm just asking.
Yes. What you refer to as unconscious doing is actually a conscious doing, but it's consciousness. Let's say it's a limited conscious doing. So consciousness is sort of shining, its light, it's channeling its light through the prism. So is the prism being this identification through a slot, let's say, through a slit, and it's the identification with the body mind form, with the body mind form. So it's dreaming a particular body mind form. Although it's dreaming all body mind forms, it is identifying with a particular body mind form, and it's lighting, it's shining through that, through the personal self.
So the identification part is what makes it feel like it's so freighted with effort.
Yes, it is through the identification that there is both the sense of limitation, because there is an identity, so the identity is not universal, it's personal. There is a sense of limitation, and with the sense of limitation there is an external world, because
yes, I get this.
There is an external world, and so therefore there is a whole conversation of preservation, survival,
right, I get this.
efforting, and so on.
This. And the sort of ennui is just that sense of limitation. It's just like, so what? I'm doing something.
Yes.
But it's not empowered by consciousness in that sense, or broader consciousness.
Yeah, it is. Let's say so it's like the sunlight. Yes, it's the sunlight and the moonlight. So you see, when you are following your path via the moonlight, they say you're following you're counting on the moonlight to shine the light for you. It's different from the light from the sunlight, as a metaphor. So the sunlight is shining onto the moon, and the moonlight is reflecting a certain light, which is of course reflecting the sunlight. But via the reflection, refer to that as the identification with the body-mind identification. Then you are in the pénombre. How do you say in English? You are in the between the light and the shadow, between light and darkness. You're in the limited light, or something like that. Pénombre. You're in the semi-darkness, semi-light.
Like for me, what comes up is this beautiful sense of purpose. My heart just sort of leaps at that idea. Doing in a way that has that consciousness as a manifestation.
Yes, beautiful. That's your love for truth that's speaking. It's very beautiful.
Thank you very much.
It's very beautiful. So that love is the light of consciousness shining. So you follow that. Your question was, what is conscious doing? You follow that love. Follow that love, that light. follow that light, that higher purpose, that the purpose which is the love of truth, the love of God that's speaking right now, that you're just sharing with us. Just follow that. So just follow that.